It is Friday, December 3rd in the NBA, and my 5 favorite best bets are on the way, including a parlay that can turn your $10 into $275. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. We're going to get after it. It is Friday. We're here to make some money heading into the weekend. Let's recap yesterday real quick. 2-1 day. That makes 7 winning days out of our last 9. And let's recap it. 2-1, Julius Randle, under 1.5 3-pointers, a plus 118 winner. You didn't even have to sweat this one. He didn't even attempt a single 3-pointer last night. He still scored 30 points from my Knicks, but didn't attempt a single 3. Easy cash. Another easy cash for a different reason. Anthony Simons, under 18.5 points. He played 10 minutes, scored 0 points, and unfortunately, he did get injured, so we did get a little bit lucky there, but we'll still take it. Get well soon to him. Hopefully, he's back on the court soon. Our only loss of the day, ruining our sweep, Cade Cunningham, under 15.5 points. It was looking good at halftime. He had 5 points, and then he went 6 for 6 in the third quarter alone. I think he ended up with 19 or 21 points. Either way, and I posted 3 leans on Twitter, which all cashed too. We won't count those as official plays, but they all did cash. So make sure you're following us on Twitter at Calling Our Shot, as well as all our other social medias. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We are 74 subscribers away from 14,500, trying to get to that 20,000 number, or at least get as close as we can to 20,000 subscribers. But at the end of the year, also click that like button too. It only takes a couple seconds. Like I said, I need 74 of you guys out there to hit that subscribe button. It only takes a couple seconds. We appreciate it. 3 final notes before we get into it. Number 1, NFL best bets for week 13 is live. Link down below. Go check it out. We got some bangers in that video. College football best bets at the championship games are all this weekend, and we're cranking out the video. Oregon versus Utah, which is later tonight. The Pac-12 championship, that is live on the channel. Link down below. Go check it out. And last note, number 3, we partner with Dimers, have some exclusive sportsbook bonus offers for you guys that you don't want to miss out on. Click the first link in the description so you can check that out. Now let's get into it. Our best bet of the day, Luka Doncic, over 8.5 assists, minus 145 on Caesars. Now, this line playable at 9.5. The 9.5 line is around like plus 110, but I want to take minus 145. I'll pay the juice because I like the 8.5 assists a little bit better. Now, here we have a rematch of 2 teams that just played against each other a couple nights ago. Mavericks versus the Pelicans, and you look at the Mavericks, they won by 32 points in that last game, and hopefully the Pelicans can keep it closer, but you know, it won't really matter because Luka had 14 assists in just 27 minutes last game, and he only did that, and he chipped in 28 points as well, which he scored basically all of those points in the first half. Now, I'm sure the Pelicans will try to make some defensive adjustments to kind of take the ball out of Luka's hands and hopefully don't let him score as many points as he did last game, but Luka still has hit this over in 7 straight games, and he's had 10 plus assists in 6 of those 7 games. So if you get it at 9.5, you can still feel confident in it. Now you look at it, he's averaged only 1 player over these last 7 games. Only 1 player in the NBA has averaged more assist chances or assist opportunities per game. That would be James R. Harden, who's averaged 20.1 assist chances per game over the last 7 games. And Luka right behind him at 20 assist chances per game. And funny enough, that number actually went down due to his last game against the Pelicans. He had 14 assists on just 18 assist chances. He had 8 turnovers as well in that game. I think he'll clean that up. New head coach, Jason Kidd. He's known for being one of the best assisters, if that's a word, of all time. I think he's obviously telling Luka Doncic to get his teammates involved. I think he continues to facilitate against the team in the Pelicans that he's hit this line in 6 of his last 9 games versus them. That's why he's the best bet of the day. Let's move on into a spread and an over-under pick. And truthfully, I would pick the Pacers here, but this is a game the Pacers lose outright to a banged-up Heat team. You got the wrong guy. So we'll be taking the Warriors, -6, minus 115 at BetMGM. Playable at 6.5 or 7, whatever the line is, you can get it at. Now here we have a rematch of arguably 2 of the hottest teams in the NBA besides my Houston Rockets, who are on an absolute tear. Now the Suns, they're on an 18-game winning streak. So why am I betting against them? Well, let's talk about it. The Suns are 19-3, Warriors 18-3. This is a rematch of 2 teams that just played a couple days ago. The Suns were at home that night, and they won by 8 points. And now you could obviously look at it. Well, the Suns don't have Devin Booker, and you could say, well, they didn't have Devin Booker the majority of the last game, including the whole second half. So yeah, I get what you're saying there, but I like the Warriors at home, and I think that's the biggest difference because the Warriors at home are a different beast. They are an absolute wagon at home, and they've been dominating teams left and right. And I think if you look at it, the Suns also coming off a second half of a back-to-back, so you never know. Chris Paul could be randomly announced out and resting tonight. I don't expect that to happen, but you just never know. And the Warriors have been just sitting around thinking about that loss, which was their worst game of the season, thinking about that loss since Tuesday, and now it's all the way Friday. I think they come back, play with a bunch of energy. Now the Warriors, they played about as bad as they could have yet last game. And that started with Stephen Curry, went 4 for 21. 3 for 14 from 3. I think one of his worst shooting performances of his whole career. And the Warriors as a whole only shot 42% from the field. So, and they had 22 turnovers. So you can't necessarily, and that's very uncharacteristic for this Warriors team. Now you got to give credit where credit is due. The Suns defense came out, showed out, and they played super well, led by Mikal Bridges, locking up Stephen Curry. Now, I just don't see Curry playing that bad, but the real reason we're here, Warriors at home, like I said, too good. They're 11-1 straight up and 9-2-1 against the spread at home this season, the best in the NBA, and they've been blowing out teams left and right. Now, you have to go all the way back to October. We're in December, friends. You have to go all the way back to October for the last time not only the Warriors lost at home, but the time they didn't beat the opposing team by at least 13 points. They've been dominating teams at home. You got the Warriors who are just on an absolute tear at home, and I just think Stephen Curry's got to bounce back a little bit. He's far too talented to have that bad of a game, and obviously no Devin Booker hurts the Suns, especially if the game is closer in the ending moments. Now, the Warriors are 4-1 against the spread this season with the rest advantage. Obviously, the Warriors haven't played since Tuesday. Suns just played last night on Thursday, and the Warriors beat the Suns by 6 points last time these two teams played in the Chase Center, which is where they are today, and that was with 34 points from Devin Booker, all of which they won't have today. I'll be riding with the Warriors, -6 on this primetime ESPN showdown game a little bit later on tonight. Let's move on into another over-under pick. Wizards, I'm taking your team total under 106.5 points, -120 on DraftKings. Now today, Wizards are at home taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're coming into town, and that's really why we're here. Now the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Wizards, hey, they matched up a couple nights ago, well, actually a couple weeks ago, and the Wizards scored just 97 points, beating them 97-94. And today, there's a couple reasons why I'm going under in this one. Number one, Cavaliers, 4th best defensive rating in the NBA. They've been absolutely clamping up teams. And you look at it, they've held 3 straight opponents under 100 points. Not just under 106.5, under 100 points. That being the Miami Heat, the 85. They're banged up. Then the 96 to the Luka Doncic-led Mavericks. And the 92 to the Orlando Magic. Over the last 11 games, they've held their opponent under this line in 8 of them. Now, the 3 teams that went over this line, the Phoenix Suns and the Brooklyn Nets did it twice. Now, no offense to the Wizards. And no offense, this really is about their offense. The Wizards are not as good as those two teams, the Nets and the Suns, at least offensively speaking. Both those two teams are top 10 offenses. Wizards currently rank 18th in offensive rating. Also, second note, these two teams play super slow. There's a reason this over-under is like 208, 209 points, because these two teams rank 23rd in pace. They're tied with each other. And you look at the Cavaliers, number 3, they have the Jared Allen, the Fro, and Evan Mobley, both back to turn away shots, both very elite defenders. Got Isaac Okoro harassing Bradley Beal on the outside, and I think the other guards will play their role. So I like the Cavs to continue to play good defense. They've been really dominant so far this season, so I'll be riding with them again, taking their team total under 106.5 points, the Wizards, that is. Now let's move back into the Suns game, Suns-Warriors. We're going to go with another prop. We got 2 more player props, but we'll likely add some more props as the day goes on. So make sure you check that pinned comment down below. Now we're taking one that we already took in cash last game. Again, in the same game, DeAndre Ayton, under 11.5 rebounds, -110 on FanDuel. I really like the analysis. I'm glad it panned out. Now last game, this is FanDuel's the only book with this line right now, so maybe stay posted for your book to put it up. I'm sure it will be 11.5 per usual. Now last game, Ayton, he cashed the under, but it was right on the hook. He had 11 rebounds. So you think, awesome, why are you coming back to this? You sweat it out, you cashed it on the hook. And that's because I liked my analysis and I thought it was spot on. Now, Ayton is averaging 11.5 rebounds per game so far this season, but this matchup is not good, and that's what I talked about all extensively on Tuesday. The Warriors currently allow the 4th fewest rebounds per game to opposing centers and the 5th fewest rebounds per game to opposing teams as a whole. In the previous matchup, Ayton did have 11 rebounds, 6 of those on the offensive rebounding side, and only 5 defensive rebounds, which I really like because I'm certain the Warriors saw, especially in that first quarter when Ayton had 4 offensive rebounds, they kind of fixed it as the game went on. Yeah, I just think they're going to box him out and say, you know what, we're going to limit those second chances if we're going to beat this Suns team. I think that's what they'll do. My biggest and most important stat for this, in 21 games for the Warriors so far this season, only 4 players have had 12-plus rebounds against them. Like I said, they're a very good rebounding team. Those guys, Andre Drummond, our boy Scotty Barnes, Ed Davis, and Jonas Valanciunas. Only 4 guys have hit that 12-rebound mark. I don't love Ayton's chances tonight, and I'll be riding with his under again. And if we'd love to see a blowout, because that would cash both of these bets. Moving on to my last player prop of the day before we potentially add some more down below. Karis LeVert, and we get into the parlay. Karis LeVert, under 24.5 PRAs, -115 on DraftKings. Also playable at 23.5. Now, sharper books have this line at like -150. So I love the odds, the plus expected value bet we're getting here. Now, LeVert is one of my favorite favorite players in the NBA. I love saying my favorite meal is LeVert, which I'm lame. I understand, but LeVert, he's been struggling this year, and he's one of the he's not bad. He's not bad at all, but he's been averaging 13.9 points per game, 2.9 rebounds per game, and 2.9 assists per game. So just 19.7 PRAs. And today his line's 24.5. And I understand why it is 24.5. He's better than what he has shown so far this season, but he's in a slump, and we're banking on that continuing today. Now, in 16 games so far this season, he's gone over in just 5 of them, so gone under in 11 of them, 69% of the time, and that includes 2 straight games he's gone under. Now, that also includes 9 of his last 11 that he's gone under. So really, a couple of his times he went over was really early on in the season. He's been struggling all the way around, not just points, but also rebounding, assisting. Pacers are playing. They're still a banged up team. Like, they got TJ McConnell out. They got a couple guys, I believe Justin Holiday. I think that's the Holiday brother on their team. But still, they have so many mouths to feed on this starting lineup. They got Sabonis, who some games he only attempts 10 shots, but he's always liable to go 15, 20 shot attempts. You also got Brogdon, who's a lock to go 15 to 20 shot attempts. Yeah, Miles Turner and rookie Chris Duarte also going to shoot 10 to 15 times. And you got LeVert. He's just there. He's like, gonna have a couple shots, friends, and sometimes he doesn't get them. Some games they're only shooting 8 to 12 shots, and I wouldn't be surprised if that happened today. Now, today they take on the Miami Heat, are about as banged up as it gets. They're down Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, so that kind of hurts their defensive side, but LeVert's track record against the Heat, not all too good. He's gone under this line in 7 straight games versus them, and the over-under for this game is low, as it should be, only 208 points. So combine a low over-under, a low usage rate for LeVert. I'm going to take his under, and the numbers suggest otherwise. I really love him. I hope he bounces back and gets out of his slump, but hopefully he doesn't do that tonight. We'll take his under 24.5 PRAs. Now finally, let's ride to this parlay, and let's talk about it. It's a themed parlay, which you can't lose. It's facts. It's called Help a Friend. I mean, it's the holiday season. We're all about helping and giving out over here, and that's why we're taking all assist props. We're going 6, 8, 10, and 12. Those are the 4 legs of the parlay. Odds plus 27.50, turning $10 into $275. The first one, Bradley Beal, 6+ assists. Now this is the line. This should be arguably the easiest leg, despite me taking the under for the Wizards, their team total. You look at Beal, he's cashed this 6+ assists in 4 straight games in 11 of his last 13. That included 7 assists versus the Cavs the last time these two teams played. I think he can get a 6+ assists. Now, Cole Anthony, 8+ assists. Now, this is a little bit plus 220. The odds for this leg are pretty good alone, and I like his regular assist prop, and maybe we add it again later on in the video, later on in the comment section. But still, you look at it, he's the point guard for the Magic, and he's basically their only point guarders. They're down Jalen Suggs, Michael Carter-Williams, etc., etc. He's hit this over in 3 of his last 5 games. The 2 games he went under, he had 7+ assists. I like the matchup against what I would consider not a great Rockets team. Edit this out. No, the best, hottest team in the Rockets, in the NBA, the Rockets. Arguably, I think Cole Anthony can get this done. Now, James Harden, 10+ assists, probably the second or first easiest leg on this parlay. His regular assist prop is 10.5. He's hit this in 3 of his last 4. Probably would have hit it last game against the Knicks if he didn't drop 34 points on him. Now, last leg, the best bet of the day, Luka Doncic. We're just upping him to 12+ assists. He did this against the Pelicans a couple nights ago. He's been averaging over 20 assist chances a night, and last game he had 8 turnovers. I think he cleans that up, and we might even see some more assists. And so we're asking for him to cash the 12+ and to cash our best bet of the day. We have faith in him. That's the parlay, just 4 legs. Like I said, $10 to turn into $275. Hopefully it cashes for you guys. And also, we got 2 videos on the screen. A couple things. Check out those sportsbook dimers, the offers that they're giving us. There's a couple cool ones, especially the one that Caesar Sportsbook's offering right now. Check the 2 videos out on the screen. A couple, I believe, Pac-12 Oregon versus Utah best bets, NFL Week 13 best bets. Check them out. We appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.